Greetings, friends. I'm Marc David, founder of the Institute for the Psychology of Eating. Let's talk about why the big drug companies are excited about binge eating. First, let me give you some background. Binge eating is becoming more and more of a problem these days. It's coming into focus. It's considered one of the common eating disorders in the United States, affecting approximately 3.5% of women, 2% of men, 1.6% of adolescents. Quite frankly, I think it might be a little higher. Now, binge eating is characterized, according to the medical profession, psychology professions, psychiatric profession, it's characterized that in a discrete period of time, i.e. within any 2-hour period, you're eating an amount of food that is definitely larger than what most people would eat in a similar period of time under similar circumstances. That's how it's being defined. More to the point, they're defining it as a sense of lack of control over eating during that episode, feeling like you can't stop, feeling like something's taking you over. Okay, we could all relate to that. So it's characterized by eating much more rapidly than normal, eating until feeling uncomfortably full, eating large amounts of food when not feeling physically hungry, eating alone because of feeling embarrassed, feeling disgusted with yourself, and depressed and guilty afterwards. Now, according to the same definition, the binge eating occurs on average at least once a week for 3 months. So you're a binge eater, you have binge eating disorder. United States Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, recently approved lisdexamfetamine dimesylate, that's a drug, to treat moderate to severe binge eating disorder in adults. This is a first of its kind prescription drug specifically indicated for binge eating disorder. Now, if you're a drug company, you love this because if you're a drug company, you want to make a lot of money and you don't necessarily want people to heal, because if the drug actually healed you, you'd only need it once and it's done. You're not hooked. There's no income source. Now, here's the thing. What I'm trying to say is once the medical profession classifies something as a disease or a disorder, the big money comes into play, and you got to follow the money if you want to understand how this world works. Now, here we have a drug that's here to help people, but check it out. It's got a long list of side effects that are going to end up pushing us even deeper into the medical model. So if you have binge eating disorder, here's what I want to tell you. You do not have a deficiency in lisdexamfetamine dimesylate. That's not what your binge eating disorder is. What binge eating really is, it's a behavior that is a defined symptom. It's pointing to something deeper. It's pointing to something more compelling that has important lessons to teach us. And when you learn those lessons, the binge eating can go on its way. You can graduate. So binge eating always has a reason. Sometimes it's nutritional. Sometimes it's emotional. Sometimes it's a swirl of both. Sometimes you could even say it's even on a deeper spiritual level, on an emotional. It doesn't matter. It's got a cause that we need to look at. So instead of calling it a disorder, because that pathologizes us, it limits us when we call it a disorder, and it keeps us trapped in the powerful subtleties of language that can disempower us. And that's how they're controlling your mind. So let's call binge eating a beautiful challenge or concern. Yeah, it's a challenge for sure. So your binge eating is a brilliant, wise teacher. Is pointing to places in your life that need attention, where we need to learn. Maybe it's a relationship, a work issue, deeper concerns around who am I, why am I here, what's my life for, how come I can't be happy. These are questions that go to the root of who we are. But when we listen to those symptoms and we go into the questions that they're pointing us to, then we can find our power, then we can find our destiny. So rather than medicalize your challenge, we rise to the occasion and meet it. We listen to it. We see where it's pointing to. Unwanted behaviors such as binge eating, they're like angels that are giving us a message. They're whispering something important in your ear. Don't medicate it away, because it's not going to work anyway. It's going to get you hooked. It's going to give you it's going to keep you locked in to a system that doesn't really provide true healing. Again, once you hear the crucial messages that binge eating is here to teach us, then we can start to take those messages, take those lessons, and use it to fuel our growth. And that's how we become more empowered in this world. That's how you meet your destiny, not by taking a prescription drug, but by going inside and seeing, who do I have to be? What's the work I need to do on self to find out who I really am and what my best expression is in this world? And when you embrace your eating challenges in such a way, you find out who you really are and you get there. And that, my friends, is the magic of the world. So I hope this was helpful, my friends. To learn more about the breakthrough body of work that we teach here at the Institute for the Psychology of Eating, please sign up for our free video training series at ipe.tips. That's I as in institute, P as in psychology, E for eating, .tips. You'll learn about the cutting-edge principles of dynamic eating psychology and mind-body nutrition that have helped millions forever transform their relationship with food, body, and health. And lastly, we want to make sure you're aware of our two premier offerings. Our Eating Psychology Coach Certification Training is an 8-month distance learning program that you can take from anywhere in the world to launch a new career or to augment an already existing health practice. And Transform Your Relationship with Food is our 8-week online program for anyone looking to take a big leap forward with food and body. So thank you once again for your time and attention, and I hope to meet you in one of our trainings or programs.